Do you think there might be like some specific ways to handle the anxiety, and especially is there any particular idea how to discriminate the anxiety from normal anxiety and the anxiety related to COVID-19? That is one thing. Or I would say, even if we don't want to go into such a detail, but at least what could be those psychosocial factors, so-called this psychosocial factors, because it is coming up in a very common way, and it has been very highlighted in the literature and practices and SOPs.
First, let's try and understand anxiety. So many people call and they say, मैम हमें बहुत एंजाइटी हो रही है, हमें पैनिक अटैक आ रहा है, हमें बेचैनी लग रही है. We have to understand and we have to communicate the same to our clients, to the community, that anxiety is always an unpleasant emotion. I'll agree, but it is not always a negative emotion. You know, if you refer back to the studies which have been done on anxiety, you will always find that mild to moderate anxiety is very good. You know,
It's
that
called
kind of
clarity oriented anxiety, right?
right. You
Yeah.
know, that is the kind of anxiety that gears you up to take the suitable measures which are required to deal with the situation. So, anxiety, though unpleasant always, is not bad always. Anxiety becomes more relevant for us as psychologists to deal with when it is coming from irrational thoughts. And anxiety that is coming from rational thoughts is well founded. Okay, when a person is feeling anxious because of the current situation, as CBT, as cognitive behavior therapists, we always try and modify irrational thoughts. We never modify rational thoughts. So if our anxiety is coming that I might have COVID, then that is a anxiety based on a totally rational thought, and it should be accepted not just by the client but by you also. Don't try to change it. Okay. So first of all, try and understand, is the anxiety coming from a rational thought or an irrational thought? All right. That distinction has been made. The anxiety that is coming from a rational thought, is it in the level of mild to moderate or is it severe anxiety? If it is mild to moderate, it's good. It will still get the person to take the necessary precautions. But if it is severe anxiety, which may occur and which again is not abnormal because the situation is such, but the problem is that if emotions go very high, they will confound with your cognitive capacities. Your decision making capacities will be compromised, and that is why you need to deal with that severe anxiety that may happen in client. You know, like yesterday only I was talking to somebody. His father, he was, after taking COVID vaccination, he started having COVID symptoms. And you know, particularly old age people, they are very difficult to handle. They still are not accepting the realities of COVID. They are not taking the necessary precautions, and this becomes particularly very difficult for people who are living in small houses with one toilet, which everybody has to share. So such anxieties are so normal. You know, you can't challenge. Even otherwise, also you should never challenge a person's emotions. And in this situation, when it is so rational and normal to feel anxious, don't ever challenge that anxiety of your client. All right, try and address it. All right. So CBT will not come in function for these kind of anxiety. The person or the psychologist we all should look forward is Rogers. Okay, Rogers has told us that you have to have a you know an unconditional positive regard, a lot of empathy, a lot of genuineness in yourself when you are dealing with the client. So we are going to keep Rogers constantly in our mind, and we are try to give the client positive, not positive, supportive psychotherapy. All right, so supportive psychotherapy would be the key function, and at the same time, you're always going to lead from one step behind. Don't try to make the decisions for your client. You know, just let him prioritize what is important, what is not important, what can I control, what I can't control, and then accordingly, come to a decision making as to how to do things. Now, this would be a longer goal. What the shorter goal would be if the person is immediately feeling anxious, deep breathing. Always recommend deep breathing. It helps a lot. All right. Tell him, because even we are so not socially isolated, we are physically isolated. Socially, we are still connected through medium of various social platforms. So tell them, talk to people to vent out that anxiety. Anxiety when bottled up inside is a major liability. But once you start talking to people, the anxiety lessens. Thirdly, as psychologists always explain them the anxiety graph. People get confused and they feel that this is not going to end. This will continue. So once you psychoeducate them about the anxiety graph, they will be able to understand that this is a normal phenomena that happens in certain situations, and this will also go away. Fourthly, because in anxiety, sometimes people experience breathlessness or choking sensation, tell them to check their oxygen level and try. And if the oxygen levels are coming normal, then it means the anxiety is totally a psychological phenomena, and the breathlessness is not being caused by any of the COVID reasons or COVID factors.